Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. It is my birthday today and we are celebrating with an Hourglass foundation review. It is currently 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to put this on my face as soon as possible so we can start the wear test, and as I go I'll tell you everything you need to know about the new Illusions foundation from Hourglass. Of course, if you're interested in purchasing this foundation or anything else I'll be applying to my face today, the links to everything are down below in the description box of the video. There might be some products tagged on the screen as well. And so let's go ahead and get started. Here's what this packaging looks like. Beautiful gold squeezy tube type packaging. I went ahead and grabbed the Illusions foundation from Hourglass in shade 7. And before you ask, yes, I did my hair. I cut it and I darkened it. And I really love it. I really love the way it came out. This is the first time I'm putting makeup on after I did it, and I feel like I'm going to be a whole new person. 33, here I come. I've only seen my hair color with a red blotchy face and like hair dye on my forehead. So I'm excited to even this situation out and see what things look like once I look put together. Anyways, this Hourglass foundation, for reference, I think I said that, I got in shade 7. It comes sealed in the tip right here and it has a pretty thin tip. So maybe that's indicative that we might not need to use a lot of product. That's what the applicator tip looks like. So I'm going to put it right here on the back of my hand, and I'm really hoping to have hat luck with the shade I chose for myself. Usually, and it's looking good so far, in the back of my hand, usually Hourglass foundations look way too yellow on me and they're either too light or too dark. So far though, this little bit that I have right there on the back of my hand looks like it's going to be my color. I'm looking at the Hourglass website. It has 1 review and it has 1 star. No! So somebody already hates it. I was gonna say I'm very excited to review this foundation because it sounds really like right up my alley. It claims to be a luminous foundation that lasts all day. It has SPF 30 and skincare ingredients in the formula. So far it seems to be pretty creamy but not thick once I blend it. I think the color is... Did I just get the right color in Hourglass? I am surprised beyond belief. That color looks perfect. And this is the color of my body rather than the color of my face. My face, for some reason, is always paler than my body and pinker than my body. But as you can see, like in the back of my hand, that is the perfect color for me. I just cleaned my Refer B04 brush to apply it with. I love this brush because it doesn't leave any streaks. And so let's just go ahead and go for it. I'm really hoping this foundation works. I really hope that it lasts all day, that it looks good on my skin. And I really hope that even though it's a creamy texture, it's not sticky. Right off the bat, if you for some reason hate the smell of sunscreen, this one might not be for you because it does smell a little sunscreen-like. Very, very faint, but you can smell the sunscreen in it. Me personally love the smell of sunscreen, so I don't mind that at all. It could actually be stronger and I'd be happier because I love the smell of sunscreen. Anyways, take a look at what the foundation looks like blended on half of my face already. It blended beautifully, and as you can see, the splotchy redness is pretty much fully covered, but it still looks very luminous and very natural looking. Let me go ahead and do half my forehead up here, and I will show you what this looks like in natural lighting. We'll do checkings throughout the day. You are going to spend my birthday with me, sort of, kind of, in like little glimpses of it, I guess, because we have plans for later today, and I'm going to celebrate with my family a bit, and I'm thinking maybe I'll do my foundation checks on the go. Anyways, take a look at what things are looking like with my face half done. As I said, I'm starting this wear test at 10:30ish. It says 10:34 right now, so that we know how the foundation wears as time goes by. Very luminous, but not enhancing any texture whatsoever. You can see the same amount of texture on this side as you can see on this side. Let me go ahead and make myself even. I'm very happy, by the way. I know I already said it, but I'm very happy that this color number 7 is actually working really nicely for me. I think I could even go to number 8 for like a summer color if I wanted to. but this one is not necessarily making me look super pale, which I appreciate. And it is covering everything, and it is, thank God, it is not too yellow, which is one of the main issues I often have with Hourglass foundation products. So check it out, take a look right here at what the foundation looks like, very freshly applied. Let me go ahead and put some concealer on, a little color corrector and whatnot. And I applied my foundation on top of my Magic Cream as my moisturizer and primer. That's usually what I do for foundation reviews, because I often feel like if I put a separate primer on, then we have different factors to take into account when doing a foundation review, versus I try all my foundations on top of Magic Cream, which is my daily moisturizer. And that way I know exactly what to expect out of the moisturizer that I used as a primer. For color corrector and concealer, I'm using the color corrector from Tarte, the Tarte Creaseless color corrector, and then the concealer is the concealer from Laura Mercier, the Real Flawless Concealer. And so here's what things are looking like before I even apply any powder to my face. I am going to, even before applying any powder, show you what things look like in natural lighting. Oh, I was concerned that it would be sticky. It definitely didn't like fully sink in. I do sort of kind of feel it on a little bit, not much, but I do feel it on a little bit. However, one of my main critiques with last year's foundation they released, which was their tint, this right here, the Hourglass Veil Tint, in comparison, this has a lot less coverage and it feels a lot heavier in my opinion, and it feels more like sticky to the touch, which was my main critique with this one, versus this one covers more. All of my redness is gone. It looks pretty natural, still very luminous, and you can feel it less on the face. So far this one is pretty much the best foundation from Hourglass I've ever tried. Again, because I've never had the best luck with Hourglass foundations, that does not mean it's going to become a favorite. We don't know that yet, okay? But anyways, let me show you what it looks like in natural lighting. I was having breakfast and somehow I already messed up my nose, so ignore that. But before any powder, here's what things are looking like in natural lighting. The outside checkings might be short because it's cold, but here it is. Back up here, and I am going to go ahead and powder next. I was reading the description of the foundation on the Hourglass website, and it says that the ultra creamy texture melts into the skin to visibly smooth and diminish the appearance of imperfections for a luminous, even tone complexion infused with our advanced Hydra smoothing technology. Here's what it's looking like once I start setting with powder. As you can see, the luminosity is going away, but so are the pores, because we are looking smoother on this side. And this is the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder. It also says that this intensely moisturizing formula is clinically proven to visibly reduce the lines and wrinkles, while broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen is going to help protect the skin from sun damage and signs of aging. I will say, I sometimes feel like luxury brands claim all of the skincare products they put in their formulas in order to justify the price, when at the end of the day, to me at least, what matters is that a foundation looks good and seamless and natural on my face, and that I don't look super makeupy or dry or textured. Because when it comes to skincare ingredients, I rather get those from my everyday skincare routine. You know, I don't know how effective added skincare benefits to makeup products are going to be on top of the benefits of your regular moisturizer and serums and sunscreens and all of that. So with that said, let's keep looking at the texture of this foundation and what it's looking like on my skin. I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video the way I usually do, but if you are new to my channel, just so you know, I have super desert dry skin, so I'm not going to expect this foundation to get oily throughout the day or anything like that, because I don't get oily throughout the day. We're more so looking for it not to look dry or textured, and for the longevity of the wear of this foundation. So anyways, once I apply the powder, here is what things are looking like. It's definitely not the smoothest foundation I've ever tried. I will say that right now, because even with all of these lights in front of me, you can see that like it doesn't look super smooth right over my top lip. It's definitely not super textured or anything, but I feel like once I set there with the translucent powder, it's looking just a little heavier than I would prefer, you know? I'm going to bronze up and contour a bit with my cream Too Faced bronzer, which I absolutely love. And I'm blending it in with the same brush I applied my foundation with, which is the Refer B04. I'm taking whatever's left on my brush through the sides of my nose. The bronzer is on, and for my eyes I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Mini Eye Sculpt palette because I just want something nice and natural looking. If you guys have not seen the video where I used this palette, my review of it, I highly recommend that you do, especially if you want to learn about like how to build an eye look, because I did 6 different eye looks in that video by just building up this palette and placing different shadows in different places. And I feel like it's a helpful video if you are still curious about like how to place your eyeshadow in order to get a certain look, you know? So here's a lightly contoured eye, and I'm going to use my Auden's Eye Multichromes palette because I need some birthday sparkle, obviously. So let's see. I'm going to grab the shade Grace, which is shade 20, and tap it right in the center of my eyelid. And then with a flat brush, I'm going to grab this color here, which is number 18, and add it right on the inner corner and bring it in so that it defines the lid for me. Back, and as you can see, I went ahead and put on some lashes. These are Ardell Wispies. I also put on a lip liner, ABH lip liner in Deep Taupe, and I am about to put on a gloss to finish up this makeup look. It's been more than an hour since I've been wearing this foundation already. It is 11:50. This is the Say Gloss in the shade Kiss. Almost Forgot Blush, Daydream from Ravi Beauty. And this right here is the birthday look. Now that everything is applied, and after I applied powder, everything looks really nice and smooth and natural looking. I no longer feel the foundation on the way I did at the beginning. The tiny bit of tackiness definitely went away after I powdered it down. And the only concern so far has been the top lip, which still looks not as smooth as it can be. The rest of the face looks really good in my opinion, but the skin right on top of the top lip does look like it has a tiny bit of texture, and I'm not loving that. It could go away as time goes by, although it's not likely, but so far that's my only complaint. Other than that, I think things are looking really good. So anyways, I'll see you guys later as I check in throughout the day. Right now it's 11:54, so 1 hour in, things are looking really good. But then again, it took me an hour to finish my makeup. I did have breakfast in between, okay? It's 5:30. We've arrived at the celebration spot, Top Golf, and here's what the foundation is looking like with the sunlight. It honestly pretty much looks the way it looked at home a bunch of hours ago, so I'm happy. So far it's looking great. It's 8:31, which means I've been with this makeup for 10 hours now, and I will say I think probably during hour like 7 I started noticing that right down here where I didn't powder, I did not powder down here, so right down here where I didn't powder, the foundation did wear off a little bit. I can see a little bit of redness peeking through right there. I can see some redness peeking through on my chin area. Everywhere I did powder, the foundation still looks intact. And then I still did have that little bit of texture right over the top of my lip pretty much the entire day, I would say. Again, I don't think it's super noticeable, but I did notice it a bit, and I don't notice it with a lot of other foundations that I do love. So I just don't think that this is going to become an absolute favorite foundation for me and my dry skin, just because the top lip situation did happen. And again, I have dozens of foundations that work well, and that doesn't happen with. I am happy that I have my color in Hourglass now. Hourglass 7 definitely did work for me, and the foundation, I would say, is pretty long lasting, but also not the most long lasting. I did think it made my skin look pretty radiant all throughout the day, but overall I would say I probably give it a 7 out of 10. I don't think I'm holding the wrong one. I don't think this is a foundation that will become a favorite in my collection. I will continue, of course, to try it for the next couple of weeks and see if I change my mind or anything, but first impressions, just not my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and insert a clip from a few hours ago. This was probably around 6:30ish, and this is when I noticed that the foundation was missing from right above my jawline. So that's around the time it did start wearing off. I was under a very hot, very yellow light right there. Anyways, this is my last checking, the end of my first impressions. I give it a 7 out of 10 right off the gate, but definitely keep an eye out for an updates video because I will continue to wear this one and let you know whether I change my mind about it on any aspects. If you guys like this video, if you found it helpful, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.